Juwanna Man. Hey, 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 hey. Welcome to the Juwanna Man movie recap with my cousin. This movie came out in 2002 and I loved it. I might have went to the movies to go see it, but this was a great, great movie. And before we start, I want my cousin C to the K to the I to the D. C Kid, what up?
What up, cuz? What's poppin'?
Nothing much, cousin. Talk a little bit about your channel, Road to William.
Road to William. Shedding light on, queer stories, my journey, doing reviews. Check my channel out, Road to William.
Yeah. After this video, go check it out. Go explore. You know what I mean? So, Juwanna Man, it's about, this basketball player. He's great and he's talented, but his on the court antics, getting mad at the coaches, the refs, it made him get kicked out. And the what you see in the background, he's basically holding like his jock strap. He flashed the whole basketball crowd and fans, showed his booty, showed his, ding dong, and he got kicked out. Then he gets this, bright idea. Hey, let me pretend to be a woman and ball in this women's basketball league. And it had Little Kim in it, Kim Wayans in it, Genuine in it, Tommy Davidson in it, and of course, Vivicaafox. And the main character, his name is Miguel, but I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's like Miguel Nunez Jr. Had a lot of favorite scenes in it. And, being someone who, played basketball, women basketball, I found it very funny, but it also didn't cross the line, in my opinion. Oh, also, it had Jenifer Lewis. How can I forget Jenifer Lewis? I can't forget Jenifer Lewis now, I also want to note that there's a woman basketball player. Her name is Tammy. She was also in Love and Basketball.
No, wherever that I go, yeah, I'm thinking of you. Said wherever that I go, yeah, I'm thinking of you. Off the dome, yeah, I rap just for you, just for my boo.
Plays a basketball player in this movie, so I wanted to point that out. Her name's Tammy, and so I thought that was cool. So cuz, what was a favorite scene of yours in Juwanna Man?
Juwanna Man, I like the scene where they're in that room, their hotel room. It's all the WNBA players, and they, just kicking it and vibing, like, and just being like, it's an intimate moment with friends, and they just like saying what they want in life and what they want in a guy, and they, it's not too deep where it's sad, but it's like you get to know them more. And Jamal Jeffries, he like, but what was his name as the player? Joanna, duh.
Yeah.
So like, Joanna is just sitting there taking it all in, but Jamal Jeffries is like in his head, like, okay, I'm gonna remember this stuff. Like, she likes random flowers on Wednesday just because it's Wednesday. She likes this, that, like trying to learn how to romanticize her. What does she truly want? And that was really my favorite scene. The other favorite scene was at the end where they kind of came together and helped support Jamal, even though he lied to his teammates in the WNBA, like they still like they understand how um, he's trying to make change, and he made change, and so did they in a way. Like he helped develop them be a better player too, and they get overlooked even back then. Like even though it's a movie about WNBA, it's like they still got overlooked. It took like Brittany Griner to go to prison, go to jail in order for them to really like make changes in the WNBA. But they were showing what they faced, what they struggled back then too. But my favorite two scenes was the hotel room and them coming together at the end to support him, even though he lied to them.
Even though he lied to them. Yeah, they even came to his like hearing because he was trying to get back into the. Well, I don't know if they call it NBA and WNBA. Maybe because they didn't get the rights, so they called it something else. But they even came to his, hearing, and that's when they first kissed. Oh, but yeah, that was a great scene when they were in the room together talking what girls talk, the talking about the men. And so he was teaching them, schooling them, but they were also schooling him. So kind of like he was like, it's not the size of the boat, and they was all looking like, what you mean it ain't the size of the boat, he thought it was just the motion in the ocean, but they saying size matters. So that was a funny scene, yeah. But yeah, I rewatched it recently, and I just like seeing those 2000 nostalgia moments, seeing little Kim get her acting on. She only had a couple lines. She was with Jamal before he started losing all his money. Seeing a young Jenifer Lewis, she was playing the auntie. Nowadays, she's playing the grandma. Seeing Genuine being a player. Cheating on Vivica, how dare you? I saw Tommy Davis. Tommy Davis, he funny, man. He was real funny. He probably was the funniest character in the movie. Because he kept trying to get Juwanna Man. And he didn't know Juwanna was really a guy. But, I like when he was trying to get in Juwanna's house, trying to sleep with her. And Juwanna was like giving him all the excuses, saying, my phone is broken, so you can't use the phone. I don't got no aspirin for a fake headache of yours, and all these listing all these things, because he was just trying to have excuses to get in the house. And but
the crazy part about Tommy Davidson's character was that Juwanna Man was okay. So Jamal became Juwanna Man because he got an idea from this little girl playing basketball, and he was like, maybe people, he liked that. He liked the type of player she was. And he was like, I could just it was wrong, of course, but because it's more than just putting on a wig to being a woman. It's more than just putting on a dress to be a woman. That's why it's at some point, even Jenifer Lewis, the character, she was like, look, which one you about to do? Because you have to choose like one. You could choose either one, but you have to stick through it. Which one you gonna do? Because it's just like when I'm saying it to what it relates to Tommy, like Jamal Jeffries, he was a dick. He was a jerk. Like he treated him poorly. He could have kept Lil' Kim if he treated her right. Like, because she was dealing with a lot. Like, you got women all up through here letting do whatever with you, and she stayed eventually for the money. She probably did like him and enjoy him until he started blowing up more, and then was like, nah, I actually don't really care about you. And now that I don't have the stuff that I even would tolerate, you don't even have that. So why would I stay? He could have kept her if he treated her right. But it's funny because Tommy Davidson's character come in and he's treating Juwanna Mann the same way like Jamal Jeffries was treating the women. So it's funny how he had to see a perspective as a woman, like, oh, okay, and you're around more women. I think even though his intention was bad, you know, it it was a journey he had to go through, because if he didn't go through that, he would have still been the arrogant person. He would have probably got banned from the sports he wanted to play. Like, he had to start a whole new career, and that's all. Basketball is all he knows, because he didn't express any other interest when he was down. He was just sitting around watching TV. So, he had to go through this journey, and he not only like learned more about women, he found like the love of his life. He found more respect for women, more respect for the sport, because now it's not just about, oh, it's, when he was playing the men's sport, it was just, oh, this about me, I'm about to be the star of the show. It's about being the star, and people get lost in that star, because it's like, no, it's the team. Like, we love Giannis, but it's the team. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the only team I'm compared to, because it's the greatest. But he had to go through that to see to really become a better person. Sometimes change is good, but it all worked out for him in the end. But yeah, he had to go through that to change.
Preach, preach. Bringing the facts, bringing the facts, bringing the facts. Had to go through a journey. He was a ball hog, he just wanted him to score. And they was teaching him how to play as a team, how to, make your teammates better, telling him to pass. And the first time he actually passed, it was a mistake. So during the game, he accidentally passed it to Vivica, and he had got a smack on the butt, and that made him like, oh, if I pass, I can smack these ladies on the butt. So that part was funny, but yeah, he started passing more, and it's a beautiful game when you pass more, and it throws the defense off. He even had he won the game ball. Well, Juwanna Mann, won the game ball. And instead of just keeping the game ball, said, hey, I want to share this with Agna, the big, really tall white girl. And so I thought that was dope. So you started seeing him change a little bit too. But yeah, there was a lot of great scenes, funny scenes when Juwanna Mann had to get the physical. That was funny. The shower scene, was scared to take the shower with the girls, and eventually they started bonding over that. The whole team, when they was winning, would just shower with their jerseys on. So
and that, like, the shower scene is interesting, because it's like, if you take your clothes off, they're gonna be like, what's going on? But at the same time, because a lot of this movie is he's going through life as a woman, because that's the only way he's really gonna be able to, like, be accepted. Because no one's accepting him as himself right now, as Jamal Jeffries. And like the scene of the bathroom is interesting, because I know he's not playing a trans person. Like, he's playing a character right now. Like, his intent isn't really like, he's not identifying as, he's being deceitful, you know. But when he was doing that, like he started to learn more about what women go through, you know. So when he decided to be like, okay, let me be my true self, because his true self wasn't being a woman, but like he realized through that journey, like all the challenges they faced. And he's like, I can't move the same way, you know. But it is hard to be a woman. It's hard to be a man. It's hard to be a human being. And so I just like that, you know, you say people will make fun of this movie and all that. It's a time where it's being brought up of like who should be playing in what sport. Oh, should trans people be playing should a trans man be in a men's sport? Should a trans woman be in a woman's sport? And people want to make fun of it and joke about it, and they'll use this movie as a joke. And that's why I'm saying what I'm saying is like I'm looking at this movie because y'all know I'm trans. Like I'm not looking at this as a trans movie at all. You know, if it was, we'd be talking about it probably a little bit differently. But in terms of trans athletes, I think we're still developing, learning more about it. But instead of making fun of it, learn more why it makes more sense to do it in a certain way. And so just educate yourself on trans athletes, you know, because it's a sport people love to play. If you take everything else out of it, it's a sport. You have to develop that skill no matter who you are, no matter what you have, what you don't have. You know, it's just like how good of you are a player, because it also shows it's not, like you said, it's not just about you being on that court and shooting that ball. You're on a team. You have a jersey on. You have to share this with everybody. You're not winning. This ain't no one-on-one competition. This is a team sport. And you have to pass the ball. You have to communicate with your team like that's a skill itself, to be able to communicate as much as you can in a certain way to your other team. How we gonna score this basket, or how we gonna, you know, take this ball from this team, or how we gonna score, blah blah blah. So like, just keep that in mind, people. And I appreciate my cousin. You know, I don't give my cousin credit enough. Like, she don't have to have me on her show. She don't have to, like, you don't have to talk about this movie. We could just talk about the same old other stuff people talk about, you know, about sports. But, you know, I give my cousin credit for allowing me to be on here and we could talk about stuff like this, because that's the reality of it. We bring reality to the movie reviews. That's what makes us sets apart from other people. Okay, so like, and in them comments, be careful. That's my cousin, to be real. So if you try and come to my cousin, I don't play about my family. I don't play about my friends.
Hey.
Careful. Anyways, that's what I want to say.
Yeah, my cuz, you know, facts, preaching. Also very deep, you know, with these movie reviews. I be, you know, talking about different favorite scenes, but my cuz goes deeper than the ocean, you know. You know,
You better
see,
tell them, cuz. No.
you know, kind of like the messages in the movie, you know, the different layers of the movie. And before, there was a scene where, you know, women's basketball was on TV and Jamal Jeffries was like, women's basketball is a joke. But now, you know, going through his journey, he's respecting women more, and he's respecting the women's game more.
Yeah.
You know, and see what they go through, you know, saw how Vivica, you know, got her heart broken because Genuine was cheating on her, or how Tommy Davis was always trying to get in the pants, you know, and was very deliberate about it, you know. Also, in their league, women couldn't dunk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how he got found out was because I think he forgot, and he dumped. And so then it was all over. But I think the moral of the story is respect. Respect, 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 And I think they did a good job of this, They kept it lighthearted, funny, but it was also had basketball scenes, but it also sent you a message that women can ball, and we do demand that respect, So we talked about favorite scenes. We talked about different messages of the movie. How would you rate it? 1 through 5, 1 star, 2 stars. How would you rate it?
I'm doing 5 out of 5 because the stories there, the Vivica Fox, that's out of her comfort zone. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen her as the girl next door, who can play that game type of girl. Soul Food. She was the girl next door. I'm blanking on other movies she does. She's been in a whole bunch of movies, but this is different range. I didn't even know she knew how to dribble a ball. You know what I mean? Like, she's stepping outside her comfort zone, and even
I bet she had to, really train for that.
Yeah. And Kim Wayans. We don't talk about Kim Wayans enough. She was dope. Yeah, but Miguel, who played Jamal, like, he's really good. A good actor. So overall, they had really good people in it. They had a good message. I enjoyed it. Jenifer Lewis, a goat. I don't know how y'all got her in the movie, but she's in it. And I like how her character, she gonna bring it. She gonna bring it.
Yeah, all the time.
Be good.
The seriousness, but also the funniness.
Mm-hmm.
I also, because when I was a kid, I don't really realize things. So, like, yeah, I realized, hey, that's Kim Wayans. But when I was a kid, I didn't know who that was. So I was like, cool, that's cool. Also, when the kids are playing, I noticed that one of the kids is, Stephen Curry from the Warriors.
Yeah.
His brother is Seth Curry.
Mm-hmm.
And Seth Curry was one of the boys. He was the really light-skinned one. He was one of the boys behind the girl that was playing. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's some nostalgia. Another scene you were talking about, like trans. Another scene that reminded me of that was he was late for a game and he was speeding. He got a speeding ticket, and the only you remember that? And the only reason he got out of it was because he told the cop he had got some work done, and the cop was like, I'm getting work done too. They kind of turned it into like a funny joke. It wasn't like over the line.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think people put that in movies back then,
Not in a way where they did it where it wasn't being made fun of. Like, in that moment, like, JUWANNA MANN could have made fun of him and said something crazy, but it wasn't too much. Like, there are scenes in movies where they go overboard, but this was like, and like everything we talk about trans ain't got to be serious, like, but it's like we like the joke too, So that moment for me, everybody might not agree, but for me, I'm like, okay, hey, it's a little funny, I guess, whatnot, because they're not pushing no line, they're not being rude, disrespectful about it, But yeah, I forgot about.
Yeah, there was some really good scenes. So I thought it was a great movie. because especially women basketball, it get made fun of all the time, but it wasn't like crossing the line disrespectful. So I really enjoyed that, and I
Yeah.
love the basketball scenes, especially the passing scenes. I definitely give it a 5 out of 5. All the black culture in it, the basketball scenes, the comedy, but also the journey of, Jamal changing, which you spoke of. 5 out of 5. And, 90s movies, early 2000 movies. This actually came out just like Mike the same year, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh,
I need another basketball movie.
yeah.
But yeah, thanks, cuz, for joining me. Also, like, comment, subscribe, comment your favorite scene from JUWANNA MANN. Make sure you go over to Road to William YouTube. Support. Let us know what you want. We'll give it to you for real. Yeah. Peace.